Hi and welcome to Zoom TV, the show where we explore everything that flies, drives and floats and invite you along for the experience. Well, on today's show, Mr. Dan Paris goes inside United Fuel Injection and finds out everything there is to know about fuel filtration.
I found a piece of equipment that will help you avoid the damage caused by contaminated fuel, and it comes from the workshop of United Fuel Injection.
Thanks to John Hughes Kia, Cassie introduces you to the brand new, completely redesigned Kia Optima.
Kia poured millions of dollars into researching and redeveloping the Optima.
I catch up with the team at Bergman Autos.
We have a good group of people that work here with us.
And our Celebrity Hitchhiker today is the mean man of swing, or so some people think, Mr. Josh Horner from Dancing with the Stars.
And people love that. TV, they love when the judges are really like, "Rrr."
Welcome to Zoom TV.
About a decade ago, I finally bit the bullet. I threw all the camping gear in the landy and I hit the road for 12 months in search of a remote Australia. It wasn't really a road though, I must admit. Most of the time it was just a dirty old track. And although it was adventurous, the biggest challenge wasn't so much the crocs or the sharks. The biggest challenge I faced was finding clean fuel. I'm talking uncontaminated, free from any unwanted nasties that might have made their way into the mix without invitation. Water, for example. That'll make your motor unhappy. But I found a piece of equipment that'll help you avoid the damage caused by contaminated fuel. And it comes from the workshop of United Fuel Injection. So this is a fuel injection system, and that's where the contaminated fuel becomes a problem. How does this actually work here, Ken?
Okay, Dan, well, what the story is, this is what we're protecting. This is a common rail supply pump, and this pressurizes the fuel to between 1,800 and 23,000 psi. So it's going to travel along the pipe, into the rail, to the injectors. Tolerances are very, very fine. So any minute particles of dirt are going to create damage, and you're going to lose rail pressure or performance in your vehicle.
So fuel contamination isn't just confined to the bush. I mean, you can get it in the city too. I mean, what ways can you pick it up?
Well, absolutely, Dan. What you can do is you can pick it up through condensation in your tank. If your vehicle stands for a long time, best keep it full. The other thing is never fill up your diesel at a bowser which has just been filled up by a tanker, because it churns up the fuel and you get all that unsettlement and settle in the tank, and that will come through into your tank. So try to avoid that. And then of course there's always the rainy season. You're going to pick up water from all sorts of places inadvertently.
So this is it. I mean, there's not much to it, is it?
No, it's not, Dan. It's a very, very basic unit. It fits on a pre-made bracket, prefabricated bracket. Every time it fits nice and snug into that area. You wouldn't even know it was there. It is a very quality unit, but you can buy accessories for it. You can buy a hand primer if you were to fit it onto a truck, agriculture application, or your boat. You can also have a change filter warning indicator. If your filter does start getting blocked, it's got a little thing that pops out. The other thing is you can actually buy an accessory, a light, which goes on the dash. If water goes into the glass bowl, the light comes on and you know to stop.
So it's a warning.
So it's a warning, yeah. So that is an excellent accessory to have.
So why have you chosen this unit? Because of its quality?
It is quality. We are standard iron agents. It is a standard iron unit. We've got them on our vehicles. This one, as you can see, is a United Fuel Injection vehicle, so we wouldn't put anything else on or recommend it to any other customer.
It's the sort of thing that I guess if you had a little know-how you could put on, but it's probably best with well, you've got trained staff, haven't you? So.
Well, certainly if you are up in the bush, you can order the kit and fit it yourself. It comes with instructions. So anybody with a little bit of mechanical aptitude can certainly fit it himself. But we can also provide some added advice once it's been fitted with regards to extra filtration, the type of vehicle, or any other problems you might have with your vehicle. So welcome to come to us to have it fitted.
Can I ask how much?
Well, actually, they are pretty reasonably priced. You're looking around the $300 to $380 for the kit, depending on the vehicle and the application. If you were to just buy the unit, obviously it's a lot less. Give us a call and we'll be able to quote accordingly.
They say prevention is the key to avoiding disaster. Disaster that is potentially expensive, and if it happens when you're somewhere remote, it's a big concern. If that's the case, this little investment could be worth its weight in gold. Now, United Fuel Injection have a reputation for their turbochargers and their fuel injection systems, and you can find them right here on the Great Eastern Highway. My suggestion though is to jump online. Go to unitedfuel.com.au or get on our website at zoomtv.com.au. You can follow those links.
Coming up, Cassie Hart's going to introduce you to the completely redesigned Kia Optima. Thanks to John Hughes Kia. That's next on Zoom TV.
A few weeks ago, one of our loyal viewers requested that we take the latest model Kia Optima out for a spin. Now, I've noticed an evolution in Kias over the years. What were once simple, modest and humble looking are now head-turning, flashy and more powerful. So I immediately put my hand up to test the goods. Luckily, our friends at John Hughes Kia said that I could take one out today, so I had to go with the top of the range Optima Platinum. When Kia first started in 1944, it was known for making reliable, inexpensive cars. And for years after, if you were looking for something stylish, powerful and unique, you wouldn't have thought Kia. In 2006, Kia decided that this was not the way to go, so they set on a mission to redefine their identity. So, Kia had a makeover. They poured millions and millions of dollars into researching, redesigning and redeveloping the Optima. They set the world's top auto designer, Peter Schreier, as the head of this mission, and he achieved the near impossible. He turned a humble wallflower into the belle of the ball. This is the latest, top-of-the-range Kia Optima. Nice, huh? The sleek sweeping lines, coupe-like profile, 18-inch alloy wheels and twin-chromed tipped exhaust make this car look like a high-performance car. You know what? It feels like one too. The powertrain brings the Optima to life with 148 kilowatts of power, and they've improved the aerodynamics so it has good stability and is easy, not to mention fun, to drive. The Optima holds its own in the looks department, and the Platinum model takes it up a notch. There's a sporty rear spoiler, solar tinted glass, HID front headlamps, LED rear combination lamps, an awesome sunroof and rain sensors. Inside is just as specky. The roomy cabin is decked out with leather seats, a leather steering wheel and a scatter of more leather throughout the car. Across the whole Optima range, which includes the SI, SLI and Platinum, you'll get steering wheel mounted cruise control, paddle shifters, 7-function trip computer and a 6-speaker stereo with Bluetooth and iPod plug-in. But if you're a person who likes to indulge in the creature comforts, you have to go the Platinum to get the external amp, centre speaker and subwoofer. Plus you get the 7-inch LCD touchscreen, soon a sat-nav, colour gauge display, alloy inserts and mood lamps. It's agile, it's manoeuvrable, it's fun to drive and I kind of feel like I'm driving a race car. So how are you going, John?
Hi Cassie, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. So what are your thoughts on the Optima range?
Well, first of all, have a look at it. I mean, aren't they a beautiful car? And look at the styling. No wonder they're selling so well. I mean, they're just one of the nicest looking cars on the road.
And would you get a warranty with this?
Well, not only do you get a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty, and you get roadside assistance for 5 years, but how do you like capped price servicing for 5 years?
That's
fantastic. Yeah.
So what are these going for at the moment?
Well, this is the Kia top-of-the-range Optima, but you can get one of these drive away then in the base model for $31,000 drive away. They're fantastic value.
That is indeed. Well, thanks for letting me take it out today.
All right, thank you.
Thanks. To experience the new Kia Optima, visit our friends at John Hughes Kia or go to Zoom TV and follow the links.
Throughout this year, we've met some family-owned and operated automotive dealerships. Most of them are still owned by the very family that started them and have had 2, sometimes 3 generations contribute to their success. Now, I don't want to take anything away from the hard work needed to maintain a successful family business, but imagine the pressure and the dedication required to start your very own dealership from scratch and compete in such a competitive industry. Well, today, thanks to Asander, we're in Rockingham, WA to meet a man that started his own dealership because he was dedicated to provide a buying experience he thought only he could deliver. Nathan Bergman's, the driving force behind Bergman's Auto Group, originally started in the automotive industry as an apprentice mechanic in 1985. He then worked his way through the different departments that make a dealership successful, gaining the experience and knowledge that would motivate him to back his ability and desire to open his very own dealership. Just 3 years ago, Nathan took the plunge and opened the doors to his very first dealership, Rockingham Special Vehicles. Then, just over 12 months later, Sanyong, and then Geely, followed close by Isuzu Utes and Proton, today employing over 35 people. Now Nathan, you're the driving force behind the dealerships and you started as an apprentice mechanic. How do you go from there to here?
Well, look, having started as an apprentice mechanic, I went into used car sales quite quickly after my apprenticeship, and from there went into running the buying department with John Hughes, and that sort of fueled my desire and gave me the basics to actually running a dealership.
Okay, so to go from working at a dealership, all the security and the experience that you would have around you, to actually take the leap and do it yourself, that's a big step.
It is a big step. You have to trust your own ability. Obviously, I had a bit of faith in my own ability. My wife was supportive enough to actually back the decision to come down and do it. Without that, obviously, it makes it very difficult. With the confidence on her behalf too, it was a wonderful thing, and we came down and kicked off.
Now Nathan, in the city, you can hide any mistakes you do as a growing dealership amongst all of the dealerships that are there. But here in Rockingham, it's more kind of semi-country, so anything you do is going to stand out.
Absolutely, word of mouth spreads quite quick. If you do it right, it makes your job very easy. Down here, we have done it right. We have a lot of referral business, a lot of people bringing their daughters, sons in, buying their first cars from us. So if you do it right in this area, it's a great environment. It does make your job quite easy.
Now, over the last 3 years, I'm guessing there's been a lot of hard times and a lot of mountains, but you must have had some stuff you're proud of as well.
Absolutely. 2 years ago, we took on Sanyong, our first franchise, new car franchise that we took on. We made a goal to become #1 in Australia, which we achieved. As a team, it was a great feeling to set a goal, achieve it, and come out on top of the nation. So it was fantastic. Most of all, we have a good group of people that work here with us. That makes a big difference.
Okay, so where from here? What's the future hold?
Look, we don't know what the future holds. Obviously, it's more cars, more sales. We've opened a business called We Buy Any Vehicle, purely to supply our used car departments, because obviously we need more motor vehicles all the time. We are outselling every dealer around here. Probably more new car franchises to come on board. We've got another 2 or 3 lined up, so it'll make the future even brighter.
Now, don't get me wrong, there is definitely a certain level of assurance that comes with dealing with a dealer with years of experience. But if you really want to be treated like an individual, then I suggest you buy from one, especially when they're committed to doing it so much better.
We're going to be talking big utes. The tray in this thing is so big you could fit the entire Aaron Pitt fan club right, well, you'd have a bit of spare room. The thing is, it's a Toyota Hilux, and we're looking at it after the break here on Zoom TV. Like any peak in geography or commerce, being at the top is a cold and lonely place. Add to that hundreds of voracious competitors snapping at your heels, and you very quickly realise that being at the top has its price. Well, it's time to meet the very pinnacle of Australia's Ute Mountain, Toyota Hilux. Toyota Hilux has been enjoying the view from the top for decades. Almost 700,000 have been sold here since 1968, and more than half were four-wheel drives. So it comes as little surprise that the 2012 Toyota Hilux SR5 dual cab is a very desirable addition to the 4x2 range. This truck will look good in your driveway, and the cabin has a more upmarket feel. The touchscreen audio looks almost luxurious, and practicality is the Toyota trademark throughout. This truck is so popular, we had to steal it away from City Toyota just so we could drive it. This Japanese-bred workhorse is so stylish, even your wife will want to drive it. Maybe. This car is a nice drive thanks to the auto gearbox and V6 engine. The SR5 gets ESC, traction control, brake assist and brake force distribution, plus 6 airbags as standard. Cabin comfort is very good, and of course there's plenty of room. With a clever mix of high tensile and anti-corrosion sheet steel, the body is as tough as they come. There's a 4-litre petrol and a diesel engine variant to the Hilux, but we still love the V6. This 4-litre beauty pumps out 175 kilowatts of power and has all the grunt you need, and that's grunt with a capital G. Hilux may be as tough as nails on the outside, but slide inside and you'll find a comfortable, welcoming and well thought out space. There's a new dashboard, new center stack with easier operation, new steering wheel with rake adjustment and new audio system. The new sound system is a single CD version with 3-line text display, voice recognition, Bluetooth with phone book and audio streaming so you can safely and conveniently keep in touch on the go. And there are AUX and USB inputs. With the SR5, satellite navigation comes as standard. Now, as an all-round package, the Toyota is going to be very hard to beat. The Hilux is so competent at, well, just about everything really. Yes, the updated 2012 Toyota Hilux is yet another reason to consider the most popular ute in Australia over its list of competitors. The past 43 years of getting to know and love the Hilux has seen it earn its reputation as a proper, unbreakable workhorse or practical family vehicle. Like all Toyota off-road vehicles, the 2012 Toyota Hilux SR5 is almost unstoppable when it comes to the rough stuff, and it performs just as well in the suburbs. The best place to see Hilux is at the very pinnacle of Toyota dealerships, City Toyota Adelaide Terrace Perth or Stirling Highway Netherlands, or follow the links from zoomtv.com.au.
After the break, join me in the John Hughes Zoomobile powered by a sander when I put Josh Horner, judge from Dancing with the Stars, in the hot seat. That's up next on Zoom TV. Josh, how are you, mate?
I'm very good.
Hey, mate, you're one of my favourite judges on Dancing with the Stars.
That's very nice.
Let's talk about how you became a judge on Dancing with the Stars.
Okay, well, I was choreographing the Disneyland parade in Anaheim in LA, and I was doing a little bit of TV hosting over there, and I have a little reel, and I sent it to my agent in Australia just to sort of keep current, because I've been in LA for 3 years now, and just keep current with her, and I said, this is what I'm doing, and within 1 hour she emails me back, which sort of blew me away with the speed of getting a return email, and she said, Channel 7 really like what they see, they want to see you for the 4th judge on Dancing with the Stars. And I was like, whoa, I'm not even a ballroom expert. And she was like, no, they don't want a ballroom expert. They want someone they're looking for someone that's, you know, strong and you know, prominent in the dance world. Mm-hmm. Before I knew it, I was doing a little audition over Skype, and I was on. One of the things you're most famous for being negative, when I say you're not most famous for negative, but you don't really say the worst things, but there was one, was it Bryony that you made Bryn, yes, that you made a comment on, which she herself admits you and her are very, very close friends. I know, it's really crazy that the thing was, before the show started, they were like, just say what you think. And in the ballet world, which I come from, we get, the teachers are quite harsh and very critical about, you know, how you look and how you're dancing. And one of the things that was always said was, girls, pull up, you look like a sack of potatoes. Yeah. So that sort of thing was in my brain. And then when I saw her and she rolled to the ground, I was like, oh, she just like, you know, flop into the ground. I was like a bedazzled sack of potatoes. And before I knew it, it just like blew up and it was like a firestorm. But it's a show, and at the end of the day, we're judges, and people love that. TV, they love when the judges are really like, because sometimes people are thinking it at home, but they're not brave enough to say it. But if you go too far the other side and you're too nice, you'll cop it as well, won't you? Oh yeah, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Like, it is get a bit boring if you're a bit too nice. Okay, now talking about game shows, are you ready to answer the Asander Fast Five? Yes, okay. Let's go. This is where it comes out. This is where it gets mean. I like a game show. I'm going to be mean, okay? Pull yourself up, you look like a sack of potatoes. All right. Okay, now what I'm going to ask you first is the first car you ever owned. It was a Holden Astra, and it's a year 2000 model. Okay, next question. What is your opinion of the best car on the street at the moment? You can say whatever you want. What turns your head? Well, have you seen Bryn's? She's got a yellow Bentley. I saw that on the show. Yeah. We did a photo shoot with this, and she got behind the wheel, and to be honest, I was a little bit like, oh, what's she gonna do? And she just hoons off on it. She's like a cool driver. Now, what car do you think, in your opinion, is a car that you just think should be taken off the road? Should be taken off the road? Just an ugly car. A dirty old ute. Get it off the road. Okay, now, what car do you currently drive? I still have my Holden Astra
Which I think is
2000 model.
awesome. That's awesome. I love it. Last question.
Yeah.
This is the final one, the hardest
Oh,
one.
here we go.
What is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear would be just panic. You know what? Sometimes I panic about just keep on going. Like it's a constant, my brain is so theatrically creative that it scares me a lot because I just constantly can't relax or switch off.
Okay.
I go on a holiday and there'll be like some nice music playing in like the restaurant or by the pool, and all of a sudden I'm like starting creating a whole new show or something like that. So I just panic about the day that my brain stops.
I was about to say,
What
how
am I
about
gonna
you?
do?
The minute you start talking about being theatrical,
I know.
people are singing. That's
The
incredible.
angels.
I love it. Here at Telethon, that's what we're doing. Telethon,
are.
and people are singing. Now, mate, I'm going to see if we can just rest in the back of the van and turn your brain off. But I'm going to say goodbye to everybody before you get out of the van.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you so much,
It's my
Josh.
pleasure.
Thank you very much, Mr. Josh Horner. Now, you might not know that every celebrity that comes on the show helps us raise money for the Channel 7 Perth Telethon, which ultimately raises millions of dollars for the WA sick kids. Now, if you'd like to know more about Zoom TV, go to our website, zoomtv.com.au, and while you're there, people, become a Zoomaholic and enter our United Fuel Injection Zoomaholic competition. All you've got to do is tell us more about what you love, about your car, your boat, your bike, anything that zooms. We want to hear about it, and you might even feature on the show. But until next week, bye for now. Thanks for watching. And remember, whatever you do that zooms, make sure you do it safe. And that's a wrap.